On December 29, Russia fired more than 150 missiles and drones at cities-towns across Ukraine, killing more than 30 people Kiev alone. This was the largest number of deaths in the capital a single day since Russia's invasion nearly 2 years ago. The first days of 2024 brought more of the same. Aerial ardments continued every day, ostensibly aimed at weakening Ukraine's air defenses and targeting facilities producing long-range weapons. This year is likely to be marked by exchanges of missiles and rockets rather than dramatic, large-scale maneuver wars. But most decisive fight may also be the least visible. Russia-Ukraine will spend next 12 months. A race to determine which side can better reconfigure and resupply their forces. Not just in personnel but also terms of artillery shells, rockets, weapons, drones. In other words, the war may not be won outright this year, but the conditions for victory may well be set in motion. If Western backers provide Ukraine with the necessary weapons, training and financing, its army could emerge with the upper hand next year. However, such a conclusion is far from certain. The West tends to lose this war through sheer indifference. Jack Watling, a ground war researcher at the Royal United Services Institute, told me, "I am not making any predictions." He told me, more precisely, this is a choice. Western countries have an intermediary. Ukraine's counteroffensive, which began in June and ended in the autumn, failed to capture any significant territory, let alone reach the Sea of Azov. This would put pressure on Russia's control over Crimea. In fact, as of September, Russia controlled 200 square miles more in Ukraine than at the start of 2023. According to a Times analysis, pessimism. Republicans in Washington were looking for such a reason to question the value of further U.S. aid to Ukraine. According to a recent report in the Washington Post, there are frustrations on both sides. U.S. officials have concluded that their counterparts in Ukraine are running a belated and inefficient campaign that is unlikely to yield maximum results. However, he argued that only a significant change in the technological balance of warfare could shift the war decisively to one side. Ukraine's military options were limited not only by what the West would provide, but also by political preferences, said Michael Kofman, an expert on Russian and Ukrainian militaries at the Carnegie Endowment. For example, Zelensky administration turned Bakhmut into a politically symbolic battle, kept Ukrainian units fighting there throughout the spring and summer. This meant that many of country's most skilled battle-hardened troops were unable to take part in operations elsewhere. Ukraine decided on an offensive strategy that would be carried out on 3 axes simultaneously, hoping to exhaust Russian reserve units. However, the result was a further spread of forces and artillery. Offensive operations in the south. The